Don't worry when we fly far away. Now DJ E-Dub, 'cause I only belong to you. Love and respect, this is Honeybee. I represent for DJ E-Dub, the Island Hitman, and you are now locked into the Sweet Reggae Music Show. Love up every time, seen? Honeybee says so, says so, says so.
The change is sick, though. Definitely want to keep it.
Are you ready?
Well, welcome to the Sweet Reggae Music Show. I'm your host, E-Dub, in the house, and I've got today some special guests. I'm going to call this the DJ episode. So everybody here has at least DJ'd before at some point in time in their career or still do. And I just wanted to showcase kind of the diversity that you can have as a DJ, where you can be versatile and do different things. I do the radio show, obviously. I play percussions and reggae bands, and I DJ in between sets. I do some weddings and stuff like that too, but I'm not a professional, what I consider DJ as in my primary. This is one of the things I like to do primary, is showcase local acts, local musicians, and these are the guys that support all the bands that play in San Diego, especially in the reggae scene. Got people from North County, South Bay, and San Diego proper. So the first two up top is I've got DJ Ross Mike in the house, and we got DJ Mikey Beats in the house, and I've also got DJ Richie, the Organic Hispanic, and I've got Mr. Keys DJ and DJ Elevate, and I know he's a veteran, has been here years, got a lot of history. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I thought we'd start with Mikey Beats because right now what he's got is the Bay Fest, and you've got the beach house now going on. You got concerts and shows going on there. So how'd that get started?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, it was 2019. That was actually my first concert / festival that I was in the driver's seat. That was with Slightly Stupid, the first San Diego Bay Fest. It was an amazing first experience. Once I did it, I realized we had something going, and I kept it rolling. So that San Diego Bay Fest, we created Mission Bay Fest. This year in 2023, it was our second year. That's at Mariners Point down there in Mission Bay. And like you mentioned, we also do shows at the Beach House, which is in Belmont Park. And that popped up. Our first season was 2 summers ago. And each year we double the number of shows we do there. And we basically do contemporary and reggae there.
Nice. And
just keeping it moving, keeping it going.
Yeah, I saw Gondwana there. You try to bring some international acts as well.
Yeah. We got a Gondwana show, like you mentioned. Dread Marai from Argentina that sold out, which that was insane.
Yeah.
That was crazy. There was like people on the boardwalk with Argentinian flags flying. Yeah. That was a wild, fun show. That guy's super talented.
So how'd you get involved with music at the beginning? You've always DJ'd, or did you play in a band at all? Or when I was like 15 or 16, way back in the 90s, I'm dating myself right now. Soma Live, which is an all-age concert hall here in San Diego, they opened up their second location in Linda Vista, which happened to be like 2 blocks from my house. I grew up there at the base of Linda Vista, the end of Bay Park on Marina Boulevard, and I wanted to go there. I was 15, and my mom's like, "You can't go till you're 16." Finally, I turned 16, and then I was at Soma every single day. I ended up getting a job at Soma Live shortly thereafter because I was there all the time, and I'm kind of like a hustler, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else can I do? That's my thing. Like, what else? What more can I do? What else can I do? And I was going to the shows, and I'm like, "Hey, what can I do?" And they're like, "Here's a trash bag. Go pick up trash." Great, clean the lots. What else can I do? You know, what's next? Oh, you could, help load in. Okay, great. What's next? So that was at 16. So I was always like, let me do more. Let me do more. I did a 2-year stint there, and I got to the point where I was actually booking shows. When I was like 17. It was crazy. Late high school, and an amazing foundation and a start to my San Diego music career. I saw Big Bad Voodoo Daddy there with my son.
Oh,
they used to let kids in at 17.
Right.
Yeah, so you had to bring the parents. So I had to go, and he turned me on to ska. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got into Hip Cat and all that stuff. And I had a ska band for a while called Perfect Wonder.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, when I first started playing reggae, but nice.
Yeah, ska was huge back in the scene, back in the late 90s.
Yeah. So how about you, Ross? Mike, and you got the Nug Radio that he runs. You do that twice a week?
Yeah, that's... Nug Radio came after. Like, I was with Mikey. Like, I remember running around San Diego State at Montezuma Hall in like 92.
Nice. We got the veterans.
I had a radio show at KCR, and it was like I didn't even mean to come in and be like a promoter or try to start doing that. I thought I was just going to try to, my thing was radio. I just want to be a radio DJ.
Just
Makeda
like
was
me,
like the end of all to me at that point, you know, Makeda, DiMaggio and
91X and
Tommy
Reggae
McCook up in
Makosa.
LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, damn, dog, I just want to do radio. That's it,
Yeah.
you know? But I wound up booking my very first show at Monty's Pub with Ika Mouse.
Nice.
So let's just say that was my, that was the bug that was fed to me in like 1992. That's
Nice.
crazy. It's been, I just dated myself too. It's okay. I'm celebrating 50 years, man. I'm like hip hop. I'm celebrating 50 years of hip hop. Right?
There you go. There you go.
I didn't realize that you were on KCR. I was actually a radio major.
Yeah, yeah.
I was supposed to go to San Diego State, and then when I transferred from Mesa College to go to San Diego State, they ended the radio program at San Diego State. Right. So I ended up having transferred to City College. I ended up getting my radio degree from City College.
That's crazy.
So you guys know Ross Charles then? They used to run.
Yeah.
They used to run the reggae shop in Oceanside.
Yeah, of course.
He was on college radio.
Yeah.
I think he's still on college radio.
Yeah, a lot of them like went different directions and went up to KC, whatever, up in Saddleback. Up
Yeah.
KCRW, I think it is, or one of those, or one of them. But different paths for me. I went to 91X with Makeda, luckily, after a few years, you know what I mean? So I was lucky to be there before Carlos and then all that, rest his soul. But yeah, this is a nice, tight-knit community that we were in.
Yeah,
right
how about
here.
the LA
some
scene? You
cats
got a
don't
lot of
understand.
people from LA. Like, I mean, you know, Ross Rebel, and you see. What is your connection to that? Is it South like Orange County or LA, or where were you up there for a while, or what?
It's pretty much all over that, because when I'm kind of jumping around here, but in the early 2000s, or probably 2019, before COVID, I was doing bookings up at Sea Legs.
That's right.
So I had a lot of, and this is when they just dropped, you did Shaggy. International. They just dropped the Live Nations and all that. So they had, prior to me coming in, they had like Morgan Heritage on the beach for free,
and Shaggy,
and Shaggy, and all these really crazy bands that you're like, no way. That's how I discovered it.
Okay.
Right. So a year later, I wind up doing the bookings there, and that's when you just get a plethora of all this really good talent just coming into one place, because everybody wants to play Sea Legs. It's like it's the Huntington Beach's beach house.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
House,
For real, it's right on the beach, just like Beach House is. That's why when Mike approached me to hosting some of his things last year for the Beach House events, it was like a no-brainer. Plus, he was bringing the culture, and I knew him, so it was like, that always helps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that what he's doing is really intimate to what, I guess, where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for people bringing these really good shows that have to be here, like, you could do the same stuff. As no disrespect to Cali Vibes, which I'll be hosting this year again. No disrespect to those guys again or none of that, because I feel now they're in their niche and they're going to be in a festival mode that no one else can touch either.
Yeah.
And I think Mikey is doing that same thing in San Diego. You know what I mean?
So what are some of the other festivals you've been involved with? I saw you were in Vegas at the Reggae Rise Up.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Just came back from the Reggae Rise Up. We're not gonna talk about Mexico. It was good. I was glad. I love the people down there. It was good. It was just different. Kush Talk, all the Cannabis Award shows from Vegas to I just didn't do the New York one. I mean, Redman was there, so I had to. Wow. All right, you got it, dog. So I didn't even make the flight for that one. But Kush Talk, the Green Lab Expo, Champs.
So tell me like one moment, like backstage or with an artist that was like maybe your greatest moment. You figured, oh man, this is like amazing. This is fun.
Wow. There's a lot of those moments. I'm sure you had those where you're just like, how the fuck did I get here, right? Like,
every freaking day, man.
Like, really? Yeah, every day's a blessing.
But do you remember any of these moments? Because you're so fucking stoned.
See, that's what people think, you know what I mean? I just be so hyped that I'm like, I smoke a lot of weed, but I remember a lot of shit. But sometimes I forget some stuff too. I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I forget a couple names. But the best moment was, I wasn't even in the industry at all. I went as a fan. It was like Sierra Nevada Reggae Music Festival with like, oh my God, it was Don Carlos, Israel Vibrations, Gregory Isaacs. But the moment that got me was, I had gotten lost from my path or whatever, not my path, but with the rest of my folks or whatever. And I found myself backstage, and we're in this like hilly area. And I look up, I see fucking Don Carlos, Gregory Isaacs, and Muta Baruka all smoking a joint. In the background, I'm hearing motherfucking Oswald playing while the sun is coming up, dog.
It's one of those
and they have
moments,
this horn song. They got this song with the it's not drum and bass line, but it's a dub version.
Yeah.
And it's just the horns and the sun's coming up, and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm in the same room with Sade, and I love me some Sade, but to me, that takes.
Yeah, it's just
that
like,
was like, wow,
nice.
wow.
How about
know
you,
what I
Mike? How about you, Mikey?
Oh man, what was the question?
One of the greatest moments you think like backstage or just like doing what you do and just. I have to say, out of all the festivals I've been to a lot of festivals and a lot of shows. Yours was the most well-run and most organized
Hell yeah.
that I've been to. The backstage, the meals, the VIP section, the DJ situation.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
You hosted everybody, and you're always the host with the most. Like you always make sure everybody's got what they need.
Damn, thank you.
Never like. Put your nose up. Oh, I ain't got time, or no, you have time for everybody. You just seem like you really handle that.
Thank
well.
you. I appreciate that. My house is a mess, but my festivals are run tight.
There you go.
A moment for me where I was backstage, but it didn't really have to do with the artist. It was more with the people. There's one moment that really changed for me what I do as a concert and festival promoter, and it was at the San Diego Bay Fest 2021. And that was the hardest festival to put together because, thankfully, I hadn't done this for years. Because I think if I had done this for years, I might have like pulled my hair out and not expect it to be so difficult. But what happened was we were coming out of the pandemic in 2021, and California was all wishy-washy about whether or not they're going to have festivals go on or if everyone's going to have to test to go in. And we all remember how crazy it was then. It was ridiculous. And we were full steam ahead, man. We had Sublime and Dirty Heads playing. And by that time we sold like 10,000 tickets. It's like the week of the show. Like this is going down. Meanwhile, I've got like the city of San Diego health officials like calling me, emailing me, state officials, gonna have masks, not gonna have masks, gonna have to test, not gonna have to test, all this stuff, and it's crazy. And then I got like people on the left, side of the spectrum saying, "Oh my God, everyone's gonna die," and then people on the right side of the spectrum saying, "Screw you, I want my freedom. I don't want to wear masks. I don't want to, I don't want to test." And I'm just like stuck in the middle. I'm like, "Hey, everybody, it's cool. Like, just if you want to go.
Yeah.
If you want to go." Like, come have fun, enjoy yourself. If not, come next year. And the moment was I was standing on stage and Sublime with Rome were playing, and there's 13,000 people in front of us, and I just started crying, dude, when they were playing Santeria, and it was just such a beautiful moment. Because I looked at the crowd and there's people like so happy, some people crying, excited, elated. The sun was setting. I mean, the scene was perfect. I'm looking at like sound guys. I'm looking at stage guys. They were emotional. Just seasoned veterans. They were so emotional because this was the first festival in California, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of watching to see what happened. And in that moment, it happened.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was just like stoked. The artists, dude, like looking at Eric Wilson and, every like their management staff and just everybody was just so excited and so happy to be there in that moment. That was a moment for me where I was, standing backstage like, holy fucking shit, we did it.
Yeah.
That whole year was kind of nuts, right? Trying to get things together. And you were the first ones. I remember that. And that's, I don't think that people truly understand what it takes to do just not only a show, but a show after a pandemic of that level.
Yeah.
And then to fucking pull it off the way you pulled it off.
Oh my gosh.
And
it comes down to the love for it. You guys, it's evident. You got to do it for the passion, the love, and you can't chase the dollar. You got to chase the love and the vibe and taking care of people.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the longevity of a lot of these artists, especially out of Jamaica. The one that impressed me the most in one of my situations, we were opening up for Yellow Man, and he comes on at like 11:30 at Brick by Brick. And his band's there, a lot of them were drinking rum, just chilling from Jamaica. And all of a sudden, Yellow Man comes in like 10:45, almost like 11 o'clock. He's got the full-on Adidas outfit with the white towel. He had just run 5 miles. He was all sweaty and everything, just came in from a workout at 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, that's how this guy stays with it.
Yeah.
You know, he's had cancer on his face. He's had health opportunities, but, you know, he stays in the game. And
Absolutely.
it's because he loves the reggae music. And when you see him on stage, he's like a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
Run up
he's
and down
still
the stage,
yes,
he's still getting it.
loves
you
it.
know, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the love. And I really appreciate you guys coming in today and just sharing, you know, your experiences and what you do to keep reggae music alive in San Diego. Because I'm looking forward to the next Bayfest. When's that going to be?
Oh, goodness. July 20th at Waterfront Park. I can't say who's headlining. I already know, but I'm not allowed to,
Nice.
unfortunately.
That's a teaser.
Mike will throw the teasers out on the
It is
show
a teaser.
when they come out.
That's a teaser. In Radio
Another
World.
thing I'm really excited about is Mission Bay Fest, which is now a 3-day festival.
Say word.
At Mariners Point, and we upped the capacity from 9,000 to 12,000. So that puts us in line to get the big dogs in there.
Nice.
Again, I'm not going to say who the big dogs are, but we're a 3-day festival now. I got the hoteliers behind us too, which if you know anything about like city politics and stuff, if
Yeah,
you get
it's
the
tough.
hoteliers behind you, if you're selling hotel rooms, putting heads in beds,
They love you more.
you're made man.
Yep.
Nice.
Like, so at this point, you know,
Nice.
I've got people in my corner that are very powerful.
Very
I'm
nice.
very thankful.
That always helps.
And,
Yeah.
and the thing is they're backing me, but they're backing us,
Yeah.
the community, the reggae, the San Diego music community, which is amazing. And like you said, this is like this. We have passion in this. You know, we're genuine about this.
Yeah.
Like we've been here. I've been a fan. I've been on the other side of the rail. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? I've been in
Absolutely.
General Mission.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I'm 44 now. I can't be in General Mission anymore because I don't want to. I
Right.
want to stand
Yeah,
up.
just-
I'm old
yeah.
and fat. But I mean, you know, I started from down there at 16 years
Yeah.
old. I've been there. So this is genuine stuff. Like you mentioned Makeda Dread. Like I used to go to those Bob Day festivals at Sports Arena where we'd hotbox the Sports Arena.
Oh my lord,
yeah.
it was so fun.
You know, like
Yeah,
I was there
yeah.
for the Slightly Stupid shows at Soma Live when they were playing punk, you know, and then they were still in high school and I was in high school
Yeah.
all the way to now. You know, we see Scott from Stick Figure blowing it up. We see Protege out there doing his thing, you know.
Right.
You see like Chloe Kai coming from an island or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got
Little Jordy
all-
doing his thing.
all
you know,
sorts of
Iration. Yeah,
different
they're all
types of
blowing up.
people, types of reggae bands,
Yeah.
like the way this scene has exploded. I mean, San Diego's the biggest market in America for reggae.
And Soulja, when they first came, we played with them the first time they came to San Diego.
Yeah.
They just won a Grammy.
Right,
And they're from D.C. and he's, you know, Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican.
See,
he's
and I
just-
think that's one thing, like you were saying, is San Diego is known
a
across
hotbed.
the world as a rootsy city for reggae music. Like Jamaicans love to move here before they move up to Laguna.
there's a
or,
lot of Hawaiians move here too. So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
love to
Yeah.
play here and be here. And
Yeah.
for me, being able to go all the way up and down the
Yeah.
coast and throughout these other areas, that's one of my main things. I wear San Diego on my back when I go out there.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I tell folks, yes, from San Diego.
Yeah.
You
Proud.
know what I mean? And they look at me like, what's this California kid doing in Oklahoma?
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Representing and bringing that vibe.
Flying the
we
flag.
have our own vibe.
And it's
You know
all
what
over
I
the
mean?
world too now.
Absolutely.
I mean, I watched this thing during the pandemic where it was out of Argentina, and they broadcasted all these different reggae bands from everywhere, from Rome, from Italy, from
Yeah.
Argentina, from
need
Iraq.
that.
I mean, reggae has gone international.
Absolutely.
And everybody's got their own flavor. And there's good bands out there. I was
Absolutely.
like, these guys sound like as good as the Devastator. I mean, there was some good
Right.
ones out of Mexico, out of, you know, Guadalajara. I was
Right.
like, it's gone international, and it was a huge thing for me to see that, you know, it's more than just this bubble, but this is a hotbed, and everybody
Right.
knows it. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys, veterans, holding it up, the pillars of the
No, we appreciate
of the reggae
you.
scene.
And,
Did he just call us old?
I don't know. Call us veterans. I just kind of took it.
Veterans a good word.
No, I'm messing with you. No, appreciate that respect.
Like I tell my kids, I'm in an advisory capacity now. You guys figure it out.
Consultant.
I'm going over to your house for dinner now. Thanksgiving's coming, so
that's
Thank
great.
you guys for coming in today. I really
Thank
appreciate
you for what
it,
you're
man.
doing,
Thank you for
man.
your
Yeah,
time.
man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.